HPI Savage X 4.6. Let's start her up. This right here is an investment grade nitro. Buy an HPI, you will never lose money. You don't even need your quarterly statements from your brokers because guaranteed, the NitroGang, we're accountable. If you smell what the NitroGang is cooking. And now, make Nitro great again. Buy more Nitros. Two-speed baby all day long. Oh, wheelie, oh. We got the NitroGang out here. Nitro World Order. Nitro World Order. What's up, guys? You're watching the Nitro World Order. I am one step closer to making Nitro great again. And I am going to do that by restoring this old HPI Savage X 4.6. This is a part 2 video on this awesome Nitro monster truck. I will be attempting to get it started. I paid only $150 for this one. Watch the first part video and I will give you a good detailed explanation of exactly what I got myself into by buying an old Nitro truck. This may look like a completely new model, but this is one of the first X 4.6 models that were made. As I was going over the chassis, you know, I wanted to go start it up at night, see if the motor runs, do this and that, and then it turns out that the backplate on the motor is completely different than the typical HPI rotor start system. It turns out there were many variations of the Savage X 4.6 model, including the motor and the starting assembly in the back. I did a lot of digging online, and now we're all going to learn something. The rotor start system that I have in the HPI is this 87630. You could tell by this little arrow I have pointing to the 87630 on top here. And if you notice, you go all the way down this list, there's a Y here. So this is telling us that the Savage X 4.6, the model that we have, is the F4.6 V2. And the only rotostart compatible unit is this 87630. So of course I did some more digging. And this is, as I said, what it looks like. This is the HPI Nitro Start system. They call it the Nitro Start. So as I click on it, here it is. It looks absolutely nothing like the typical rotor start. I'll show it to you in a little bit. Basically, it's just a drill with this hex at the end, which is pretty nice. Let's take a look at the other one. This is the typical HPI rotostart. Whether you have the rotostart 2 or the regular rotostart, it's basically the same. You have like a little shaft here with a dog bone looking thing at the end here, and the back plate, of course, is completely different. Most HPI engines, they have this starting system. I actually find it very interesting that this particular one uses this Nitro Start. Now, this is both good and bad. What's good about it is the starting shaft I have for my MGT 8.0 will work on this Savage. The bad thing is, finding yourself a Nitro Start like this on eBay is nearly impossible. I looked up a couple of them, and it is very rare, and the shaft is usually not included. I did mention in the last video that this does come with the Nitro Start backplate. Take a look at the picture of the Nitro Start itself, and you could tell it is completely different from the typical HPI Rotostart 2 system, which every single modern HPI uses. And I actually have never owned an HPI with a Nitro Start backplate, which this particular truck has. We'll take a look at it later, but it's not the end of the world. Turns out the associated MGT 8.0 hex starting assembly actually fits this, so I got no problem. Starter is good to go. When you're dealing with used nitros, there's always going to be even more surprises than you ever expect, even if they're in very good looking condition when you first get them. So this radio, I was like, okay, well, at least I got an HPI radio. I could probably use this somewhere. Well, guess what? Let me power it on. The LED does not glow red. Nothing. You see, I have batteries in here. They're all at a normal voltage. I opened up the radio, unscrewed it, checked with a voltmeter, there's absolutely nothing I could do. So this radio is dead. I'm just going to throw it away later like that. And also, if you remember, the receiver box in this thing had a Red Cat receiver. So basically, I have a mismatch of parts, but it really doesn't matter because, you know, when you have like so many Nitros, you guys could see a couple in the back over here. This is actually going to be a surprise for my channel. This is an HPI RTR3, the first Nitro I have ever had. And if it wasn't for this, then the Nitro World Order might not be here today. So the radio wise, I don't care. I will just be using this FlySky GT5 radio. I use this on every single, you know, RC that I currently have. And they come with these 6-channel receivers called the BS6. If you're looking to restore an RC and you need a radio system, take my advice. Please just get this radio. I'll put a link for this in the description to this video. These are like $20 receivers. The whole system, the radio and the receiver, is about 65 bucks. So there'll be a link for it. Get it, run it. Runs on 4 AA's. Really easy to see radio. We have the voltage. We have fail-safe. We have even a gyro that's built into this receiver. So I just don't understand why some people would want to run very old school electronics. It's just not safe. You want to have a radio just like this. Almost guaranteed no signal loss. And check this out. Look at that antenna. That's right. You don't even need to raise it. You're still going to get fantastic range. Trust me, I checked it.
Pretty sweaty in here.
One of the first things I like to do is remove the coolant head, check inside the motor. Now in the last part, I did verify that this motor has very good compression. I did spin over this flywheel and there was a whole bunch of resistance. I did a couple of items off camera, but I'll just show you pictures here, guys. The motor is in normal condition inside. I cleaned the carburetor fully by removing it and washing it in the sink. And I also put in a brand new Traxxas air filter that I got from Jenny's RC. So I have the receiver box open now just so you could see the wiring mess that was going on. I don't mean to say wiring mess, I just want to say a Red Cat receiver for a, you know, an HPI radio. They're just not going to work, so no matter what you do. Then I was like, all right, well, I could probably just fire it up without putting the new radio in. Let me just see if it, you know, turns over. At this point, it's like 1 a.m. in the morning. I go to look at the exhaust and check out what I'm noticing. So the exhaust gasket, right, it's totally ripped. Right, so this just happens from age, but once again, not that big of a deal because I tend to have some spare parts from like random RCs that I've gotten over the years. So this is a full exhaust from an Exceed Madstorm. So I'm just going to use this exhaust gasket over here. You know, in the meantime, it might not be exactly the same size, but basically all these 0.21 and upsize exhausts and headers, they're exactly the same. But once I get the new radio installed, I put the new gasket over here. We will try to start this thing up, man. There's just no denying it. This motor, it's gonna run. It has a bunch of compression, but of course, almost always you run into, you know, RC problems like this. I'm just going to do a gasket swap, install the radio, and then I'll come back, we'll check the electronics, and then hopefully that will lead to a first fire, because that is how we're going to make Nitro great again. Oh, what's that over there? Well, that's currently a project I'm working on. It has a terrible carb, so I have a whole bunch of carbs floating around here on the back of it. Yep, that's right. Nitro projects all the time. It's time to fire this thing up. This will be the first start. I have not even started it myself. I don't know what's gonna happen. I only paid 150 bucks for this. There was a lot of stuff wrong with it. Let me show you here a couple pictures of the things I did off camera. So after I installed the FlySky BS6 6-channel receiver, checked the electronics. Electronics were okay, but of course the servo saver was super soft, meaning you had almost no steering. I adjusted the servo saver. I cleaned some of the parts in the sink with soap and water, and then I put some awesome track power diff grease onto the front diff. Diffs are fine. This is a Nitro. We're not going to be yelling strip diff baby because this is no Arma. The only thing I will be yelling on this is 2-speed baby and some other catchphrases I'll come up with later. If you smell what the NitroGang is cooking. I also replaced the exhaust coupler. put on a new one that I had just from some spare parts. This is the starting shaft we're gonna use. It's from a Thunder Tiger 1/5 scale Nitro motorcycle, but exactly the same shaft as they use on the associated MGT 8.0. I will simply just use a regular drill and this thing should fire right up. All right, let's put some fuel, start her up, and then we're gonna burn some nitro, baby. Radio system is on. Let me show you the steering. This is all stock steering. Brakes work. Here we go. Can't move the car back and forth. Brakes are awesome on the Savage. You can't kill the brakes on a Savage. I'll tell you that for sure. Okay, we got all stock servos. Everything is trimmed correctly so far. Of course, this is the kind of stuff you gotta check when you're running it. The first start is always a little scary and dangerous, and you just never know what's gonna happen. Just putting off basically everything I had left in this Bones Brew here. The drill right here, basic drill, just gonna stick it in here with the rotor start tool. Let's prime it. Okay, I saw fuel in the fuel lines. I'm not gonna give a very good detailed look. Let's just fire it up. That's all that matters. Will it fire? Oh yeah, baby! You can't kill a nitro! It's running nice and rich! Look at that idle! Oh my god! The best idle ever! Let's fire it up again. Give you a better look of the rotor start system. Easy. You just can't kill a nitro, baby. You can't kill it. I verified that the thing starts, it fires up. There don't seem to be any kind of air leaks. And now, make nitro great again. Buy more nitros. The low speed needle pinch test. You saw me plug the exhaust line here with my fingers. It's sped up for about 4 to 5 seconds. That means that the low-speed needle tune is ideal. Now, you heard the 2-speed shift. It shifts a little bit early. I still have to do a little bit of adjustment. I wasn't gonna do it in this video, but you know what? I opened up the 2-speed adjusting access hole right here, and I'm getting the job done because every 2-speed I own hits that second gear, baby. I have adjusted the 2-speed with this 2mm hex. I'm not gonna show how it's done. It's done. It's easy. You could do it. If I can do it, everybody could do it. Let's start her up again, and we're gonna see if that shift point is on point, so to say. Watch this. Now that is a Savage startup, baby. Gotta warm it up. That should be good. Do a short warm-up run. You don't want to hit that 2-speed right away. 2-speed, baby. It was great. Oh my God. Let's come back. 2-speed, baby. Shifting is ideal. 2-speed, baby. And those brakes. 2-speed, baby, all day long. Oh, wheelie. Oh, did you see that? And I'm running super rich. We're richer than ex-President Donald Trump, baby. And it's even wheeling. Oh. 2-speed, baby. You just can't kill a Nitro like I always say. For a monster truck, the stability is fantastic. Oh, almost into the wall, but look at those brakes, they saved me. Oh. Incredible performance, wow. Look at that idle. All that bashing, it still returns down to a normal low idle. Wow. I love it, guys, I love it. Wow, guys, I am amazed. This thing ran so nice. It didn't shut off a single time. I had to richen the carb a little bit. There was a little bit of a hesitation. I think you heard it when it was running. It was about to shut down. I also adjusted the brakes a little bit, but now the motor is running great. This is 30% Bones Brew Nitro. This right here is an investment grade Nitro. Buy an HPI, you will never lose money. You don't even need your quarterly statements from your brokers because guaranteed, the NitroGang, we're accountable. Oh, running out of fuel, it's running out of fuel, guys. Now to run out of fuel, guys. Yep, leaned out there towards the end. Ran out of fuel there at the end because our tank, it's empty, baby. You just can't kill an HPI Savage. Really, you can't kill any Nitro because no Nitro will ever die on this channel. Every 2-speed will be at the optimal point after tuning by the NitroGang because the 2-speed, that's where you're gonna take out those armors because I got 2 speeds, you got 0 speeds. Thanks so much for watching, guys. See you later.
Look at this. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me no more.
if you smell what the NitroGang is cooking.
Your girl so fine, but her breath is like, whoa. She say she wanna dance, but she don't know how to.